sunflowers. May light, peace, and Saint Sarah's blessings fill everything for all of us Romani people. Now, this is your Luz de Tigana Sulamita, official, on this Tuesday, July 7th, 2026, bringing you predictions and revelations through the Gypsy sphere of light. That's right. And I want to thank each of you who allows me into your home, who trusts the Gypsy, who leaves your like, your constructive criticism, your video suggestions, and each of you who sends us any amount via Pix through this QR code here on the screen for our more than 100 rescued animals, including dogs, cats, and horses, all victims of mistreatment, abandonment, and vulnerability. My heartfelt thanks to each of you who helps this channel grow every day and reach more and more people. And of course, allows us to keep helping these beings who were sent by God to make us better human beings. May each of you receive 3 times as much in return. In peace, love, health, and blessings in your life. Opa, wapcha, that's right. Yesterday, the comment I made about our beloved player, whom I, by the way, also adore. I really like him because he was raised in Praia Grande, right? Neymar was raised in Praia Grande, and he left a training center there for underprivileged children. His work is incredible, and I love Neymar as a human being. And I made a critical comment, a comment about the outburst he had during the game. As a gypsy of light, I see things from another perspective. I'm not talking about the time he had to play, which I think was very short, right? The mistake was the coach's, but I'm talking about his outburst, right? So as a gypsy, a medium, I see things from another angle, right? But anyway, it was just a comment, and people were more worried about the comment I made than actually about the prediction. Look, what I felt during this World Cup is that patriotism came from the left, from the right, from the rich, from the poor, from people of all kinds, from all classes. People came together for a single purpose. Look at our team. Our team lifted a trophy, and that wasn't supposed to happen. Of course, we Brazilians are so saturated with so many sad things, not to use another word, that it would be really good to bring a little bit of joy to our people. But I'd like to leave a message here for all of you. And especially for the people on the left, who I know come here to watch my predictions. May this patriotism last until October. Because more than just a team that could win a trophy, we might have an opportunity to rescue our country. And that's what we're going to focus on now. Maybe, well, I had already predicted that Brazil wouldn't win, but God wouldn't allow us to win. Exactly, so we can focus on rebuilding this land. Because if we don't rescue this land and eliminate this cancer called PT, you can be sure of one thing. We won't have any future at all. There's nothing else to celebrate, okay? Well, that's it for today's little messages. And speaking of rescuing our country, Flavio Bolsonaro attended the meeting today in Washington to represent Brazil. Where was the spotlight, right? And the enlightened ones? Regarding the tariffs. Of course, that's Fedor Antitropico. He's going to take care of our little arm. After all, our misruler didn't have any. So far, none. Act! Digging. No ability to do anything for Brazil while claiming sovereignty. It's Bulos, right? He released a statement saying this act was clandestine. Huh? Why clandestine? Because he wasn't there. Why? The guy who's a candidate is going to run in an election, has to represent our country since our president, as they say, right? Hey, Luis, whom I love so much, kisses Luis. They stage a protest against him. He's a really nice guy, a big man, you know? I'm tiny. Azoy Luis, our president, says he was there. Right? Shall we take an overall look? What can Flavio get out of this? Because, of course, the left-wingers will say he's ruining everything. And the corrupt media is going to release it, right? To us, because they want to release it in the way they want us to swallow it. But let's look at it in truth, through the sphere of light. Shall we? With your permission? That's right. Yes, I'm recording at night. Yes, the video will be available later for you to watch since today was the day. I no longer make light mandalas on Fridays, okay? The light mandalas. Estas feiras, tá? As mandalas are now made on Tuesdays. So I can't make a video and make a light mandala. I just can't, right? So I can only make the light mandala, rest for a few hours, and then come here to bring you the forecast, okay? I asked the mentors of light to use me as an instrument through this Gypsy deck to bring precise and objective predictions and revelations about what will happen after this meeting in Washington, where Flavio Bolsonaro, the senator, tried to negotiate the tariffs that could benefit Brazilian business people. Please use me as an instrument. That's how it is, and that's how it will be, thank God. Wait, bye. Bye. Thank you. My very religious mentors, may they use my insights as well. Through this Gypsy deck, they will bring predictions, revelations, and objective forecasts about the developments of the Serenial and the Oxide. Where is Flavio Bolsonaro, who is the president of Brazil, please? There's a car trying to fall out here, right? My general acknowledgements, the silence and the sincerity, thank God. Let's go now. This one already got stuck. Hey, yeah, because Flavio Bolsonaro is not the president of Brazil. Who is the president of Brazil? So when we channel the energy in this meeting, who represents, it's even embarrassing to say this, right? But who represents Brazil? The misgoverning leader who wasn't there, but thought the other tried to interfere by going in his place to benefit the country. You, who are from Canela, who comes here to say that politics and spirituality shouldn't be mixed. Do you know what I see? You have no idea what I see, and the city is over. Honestly, I don't know what to say. Just there. I don't have it. I think that's it. So sometimes I take a little look at the comments. Do I even get to check? It's not that I don't want to. It's just that I'm really busy. I make light mandalas. I do another ritual that I don't share here, only for the directions audience, because it's a more restricted ritual. So I can't reach a lot of people, right? I can't serve many people. I do consultations, but my schedule is full. I don't have any openings, okay? I'm not sure when I'll have openings, you know? So, but from time to time, I do check the comments, of course. Whenever I can, I look. Then someone says, why can't you talk here anymore? Am I required to join the Directions Club? No, you're not required to join the Directions Club. No one is required to join the Directions Club. I was the one who had to create the Directions Club when I predicted that we would have heavy censorship here. And they laughed at me. So those same people who get intrigued, get perplexed, get outraged, because there I can say what I can't say here, including what I see in my predictions. Do you know why? Because they took down more than 150 of my predictions. They demonetized me. I almost lost my channel. So to bring hotter predictions without censorship, without ads, without holding back, I can't do that here on YouTube. I talk about it in the Directions Club. You subscribe and watch predictions that have never been made by any other psychic in the world, and you stay ahead if you want to. No one is forcing you.
I'm sharp.
I am because, gosh, I've always brought all kinds of predictions here. I've always put myself out there. I've always taken risks. I was, and I am, coerced, persecuted, threatened. But I never let go of it in Directions Club. If I don't bring it here, it's because I can't. Even a prediction that I made about a supposed UFO. They took it down. What could it be? That's sublice. As if I didn't want to please my sunflowers, as if I did it on purpose. There, I don't have monetization. I don't earn anything. I pay for the platform. That's why I charge you. It's that simple. I just need to keep going, to continue the mission I have, which is to bring the truth to you. Because I'm like this, look, from Dividende. Bought. Liar. Not here. I'm gone. Wow, this reading is intense, huh? Look here. That's what I'm saying. I had a spiritual enlightenment. So, that's why my schedule is always full. Thanks to our Father in heaven and our Gypsy masters. Our Holy Wise Mother. Because I speak the truth. Some people pay for a consultation just to hear what they want. No, they'll get the truth, even if it's not what they want to hear. She'll get a little mad at me. But she'll know I told the truth. See, the tower is in the same position in both readings. Is that good for you? No, it's not. It's good. Good, because this tower is in the same position in both games, even more so. The center of the game is always the main houses. The ones that answer me. The ones that guide me. The others greet me. So if I have the tower in both games, it's a sign that we can be pretty closed off. But that's what we already are. Why? Because here I see the United States as always represented by the house of the ship. The cut, and I'm not talking about the cut in relation to taxes. Quite the opposite. The cut in relation to a good... Getting along? No. A good negotiation, because just getting along doesn't win. With our Brazil. That is... I'll even give you a little bit of the cherry on top. Why? Here I have our land represented by the woman. And next to our land, the bear. In other words, situations. Complicated, complex, compromising situations regarding these taxes. Blotting it yourself now. Here I have House 9, House 21, and House 2. In Kabbalistic numerology, 9 always means an ending. Quick cycle through a lot of struggle. Do you have the note that's here? Who goes on my Instagram and then sends a message and deletes it because you don't have the courage to say something to me and wait for an answer? I'm going to tell you something. I believe in a people. A people who have suffered, humiliated. I'm not naive. What was done to the Brazilians? It's as if they took the poor goose and it was waiting for them. to fill the pillow of a person who couldn't care less about you. For our country. And what about this sovereignty thing? It's to fool stupid people. It's a lack of knowledge, and people who don't want to see what's right in front of them, because here I have some rats. I have the snakes. I have the clouds. In other words, Flavio Bolsonaro didn't go there to get in the way. He went there to negotiate for the sake of this land. Because small and medium-sized business owners, they'll get really screwed over, but it won't be just them. As a result, the domino effect occurred. With the United States tariffs, and whether you like it or not, you on the left. Who's in charge? No. All of it, sorry. It's the United States. So? A lot more people are going to end up unemployed than there are already. Okay, card reader, you mean we're screwed? No, we are. But the only way, and it's not me who's saying this, it's the mentors through our cards that make Donald Trump back down regarding these tariffs. Here I have the dog, in the center of the spread, next to the stork. The dog means loyalty and faithfulness in relation to a negotiation or objective. The stork, what is to come, a future negotiation. The fact is that this attitude today of Flavio Bolsonaro about what she's negotiating in Washington, about these taxes, it will bring positive results. Future for our land. If there isn't any more. President here. If he has, when he's sure. House 35, the anchor, which is something fixed, anchored. House 12, that this country, it's not, but hand it over to communism. Hand it over. To the left. Because otherwise there will be a tariff. And then there won't be any more goose legs, not even a goose. The goose will starve to death because of the taxes. Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's what the mentors are saying. That we will have reduction in the near future of the taxes. That is positive result from the action Flavio Bolsonaro took today. In the midst of this negotiation, if Lula is no longer here as president, nor anyone else around here, so yes, it will happen. If that happens, let's go. Excellent. Alliance between Brazil and the United States. Because as long as, that's what I mean, at least from the energy here, this president, who does nothing besides talking nonsense, be here, we can expect the situation we're living in gets bad. The innocent are paying for the sinner's sins. So it's clear. They're going to twist everything for a lot of people. Like I said, these are people who lack knowledge. These people are deprived of it and can't see anything. They can't even see how expensive things are. We need something excellent, something truly excellent. Partnership, alliance with the United States. But as long as this guy is here, forget it. And yes, from her own people. She intends to make good deals, but she depends on these people. As I mentioned a little while ago, we won't have a trophy, a World Cup trophy to lift, but we will have the opportunity to rebuild this land. All right? That's what it's about. And you all, leave it here, pretty please, in the comments, suggestions for tomorrow's video, Wednesday. What do you want? Cases, predictions, spiritual approaches, free readings, or the most requested comments, or better yet, the most requested comment, the most liked one, will be aired tomorrow, all right? I leave all of you with my Gypsy blessing. The protection of our mother, Saint Sarah, our patroness, for each of you, very well. May our Father in heaven, all-powerful, and our Master Jesus be present in your home, in your life, in your heart, and in your actions. See you tomorrow. If our Father in heaven allows and Saint Sarah blesses us. Stay in the light, my sunflowers, let there be light. Kiss from the Gypsy. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. And to you who are not my sunflower, wake up. Because if this boat sinks, you sink with it. Sink. Op chop.